I'm here screaming at the top of my lungs into what feels like an infinite, indifferent void. I screamed myself into ruin. I scream until my voice is torn, bloodied, and raw. Can't you hear me?
Well, like most people, when we got out of college, we really had no idea what we were going to do, but both John and I were interested in doing something artistic.
In other words, avoid getting a real job. So we designed a few shirts, and we got out on the streets of Boston and just started.
A man, gaunt and glassy-eyed, leans against the collapsed wall, adorned with a "Don't worry, be happy" hoodie. His hands, once perhaps busy designing slogans, are now skeletal claws frozen in a gesture of despair. And once were bustling marketplaces, dust devils dance through empty stalls scattered amidst the debris of brightly colored "Life is Good" mugs. Their optimistic messages: chill out, live your best life, are now fragments of a forgotten promise. You might see a child frail and still curled up under a "Life is Good" blanket. Its cheerful design a heartbreaking counterpoint to their quiet surrender. Right? The brothers run over homeless men in their car and scream. Laughter keeps saying "Life is good" as blood splatters all over their windshield and they turn windshield wipers on. Life is good, the unexpected bump. What the hell was that? Oh my god, Bert, we hit someone. His "Life is Good" cap seems to mock the scene. Wait, was that guy homeless? Listen, John, homeless implies a lack of home, but also like a fundamental lack of being. Whereas unhoused, wow, life is good. Even in like these unexpected moments, there's always something to appreciate. The fact that we're alive, the crisp night air, the opportunity for growth. I wonder if he'd like a free t-shirt for his trouble. John looks at the man on the ground whose head is now clearly and horrifically splattered. He then looks back at Bert's disturbingly enthusiastic face. John, are you seriously saying life is good right now? After we just a free t-shirt? But his head is completely splattered. John stares at the crumpled figure. His eyes fall to the man's midsection, which appears descended under his worn clothing. There's a subtle, horrific movement. John's jaw goes slack. The man is clearly pregnant. Bert leans over the dead man's pregnant stomach, puckers his lips and attempts to blow a raspberry, but instead he burps. A blood-curdling scream erupts from inside the dead man's stomach. They clutch their stomachs, which are now visibly and grotesquely swollen. John, gasping, clutching his stomach. What happened? Bert, I don't know, but I think we're pregnant. As they begin to process this new, unfathomable horror, a familiar roar fills the air. A beat-up SUV, eerily similar to their own, crests the distant dune. Behind the wheel sits the first man, the very pedestrian they ran over hours ago. He is headless, yet somehow gripping the steering wheel with uncanny precision. His torso slumped, but his hands moving with purpose. The SUV barrels towards them, gaining speed. Bert and John, still reeling from their fall, and the revelations of their pregnancies, are too slow to react. They stand frozen, two grotesque, pregnant figures silhouetted against the vast desert. The headless SUV slams into them. Two sickening thuds resonate, followed by a grotesque squelch of impact. Their heads, in an instant, are splattered, mirroring the fate of the first man they encountered. Their bodies, now headless and still visibly pregnant, crumple onto the ground. The headless man, an eerie, vengeful phantom of the road, drives off into the horizon, leaving behind two new headless, splattered, pregnant bodies. The cycle is complete, an Ouroboros of vehicular manslaughter and grotesque transformation, a never-ending loop of their own twisted karma, like the paradoxical recursive structure at the end of Interstellar, screaming every night. I've been depressed for several years, but I always held out hope. Maybe I'm lazy. I can't stand cleaning shit just to watch it get dirty again, having to wade through all the drudgery every day. When I cry at night, I open my mouth and shake as I simply cannot scream. I feel so much pain. I feel like I need to scream something unholy, scream in a way I've never heard other people have to unless they have watched someone die. I open my mouth, but I'm muted by the knowledge that if I did, people would genuinely think I was being murdered from how blood-curdling it would sound. I don't know how to let that emotion out because it is so volatile and destructive. That's like really weird. Okay, like wow, that's like a really intense thing you're like describing there. That's like so messed up. That sounds profoundly weird. What even is this? I'm scrolling Reddit and then I stumble into this. It's like describing how they like open their mouth to scream at night but can't because it would sound like unholy or some crap. People would think they're being murdered. Like, dude, what? And then they're talking about how they want to like throw things and scream and cry and just like cease to exist in their human body. Yeah, no thanks. I don't like want to read about that. It's just way too much. Like, get a grip. This is not the kind of stuff I like come to Reddit for. It's weird.